She fell out of my tree at 2:43 in the morning, with a hidden camera in her mouth and a broken leg on my gravel path. A week later, her entire HOA collapsed in court, and she was led away in cuffs. And somehow, I was the one who got arrested first. When I bought this place, 3 acres of pine and quiet just outside of Stillwater Ridge, I wasn't hunting for community. I was looking for solitude. No neighbors, no rules, no meetings about mailbox colors. The previous owner had carved out this slice just beyond the HOA border, and I made damn sure it stayed that way. The land was mine. The silence was mine. That should have been the end of it. But on my second day, I found a folded flyer tucked under my windshield. "Welcome to Stillwater Ridge. Come meet your neighbors." Next came the knock. Middle of the day, blinding sun. I opened the door to a woman in a pastel sweater, pearls like a choke collar around her neck. "I'm Bethany Lang," she chirped, "president of the HOA. I wanted to personally welcome you." She held out a Tupperware of muffins I absolutely did not eat. She smiled like we were already best friends, or I was already hers. "Technically, your property falls just outside our jurisdiction," she said, still grinning. "But we often extend honorary memberships to nearby homes. Keeps the neighborhood cohesive." I smiled back. "Yeah, not interested. That's actually why I bought this lot." Something in her expression shifted, like she just recalculated something. She tried to keep the sugary tone, but I saw the gears grinding behind her eyes. "Of course," she said, "but you know, aesthetic unity helps property values." "Good luck with that," I said, and shut the door. 2 days later, a violation notice showed up, unsigned, printed, threatening fines for non-conforming solar panels. Thing is, I wasn't under their rule. I'd read my deed like it was a court case. Still, it felt like someone had just pissed on my welcome mat. Then, things escalated. Quick. The wildflowers I planted by the mailbox? Gone. Not stomped. Removed, like they were evidence. One night, I stepped outside and found motor oil smeared across my front doormat. That kind of thick, sticky black, not quite blood, but enough to make me pause. I washed it off and installed motion lights the next morning. That's when it started. The lights would click on between 2:30 and 3 a.m., always by the back fence. No wind, no raccoons. Just flash. Nothing. Flash again. Like someone was testing the line. I brushed it off until I found a receipt in my trash bin. Cash purchase, micro camera module, and 2 torn wires. Clean copper tips like someone had been experimenting. So I fought paranoia with paranoia. Built a custom rig. Tree-mounted cams, infrared grid, cloud backups, the works. Didn't take long. Night 3, my phone buzzed. 2:43 a.m. I opened the feed, and there she was, Bethany, in black leggings and a hoodie, dragging a collapsible ladder. Camera in her mouth like she was auditioning for a spy movie. She set the ladder against my western maple, climbed up the branch that dipped into my yard. I watched her fumble with a zip tie, trying to anchor the camera into the leaves. And then, thank God for uneven ground, the ladder shifted. The branch cracked like a gunshot. She screamed and dropped onto my side of the fence. She landed hard. I watched it all live. Her leg twisted, her phone recording, her face pale with pain. I grabbed my boots, tablet, flashlight. By the time I got outside, she was sprawled near the fountain, moaning, hoodie torn. She hissed at me. "You set this up! This was a trap!" I just held up the tablet and hit play. Cops came 13 minutes later. I thought it was over, but the next morning they came back. 2 cruisers rolled up. One officer moved fast, hand on his belt. The other lagged behind, eyes scanning everything. "You Mark Branton?" the first one asked. "Yeah, what's this?" "Turn around, hands behind your back." Assault with intent to harm. Illegal entrapment. Violation of community safety. I didn't even resist. Couldn't speak. Just let the mug of coffee drop to the stones as they cuffed me in front of my dog. And half the block. Across the street, I saw her, Bethany, filming it from her upstairs window like it was payback. No Miranda, no questions. Just metal, concrete, and stairs. The station finally let me call my lawyer. I showed the detective the video, high-res, time-stamped, backed up in 3 cloud drives. Her climbing, her falling, me arriving after. He watched in silence. "Jesus," he muttered. "We perp walked a guy for being a victim." They uncuffed me. No charges, no apology. But it didn't end there. 3 nights later, I spotted a shadow, taller than Bethany, moving behind the tree line. Not entering, just pacing where the camera stopped. I dug through footage, watched her hand off a bag to someone once. Something shifted in me. I started checking my own trash, found a shredded flyer with my face, printed over the words, "Known suspicious individual, do not approach." Fake quotes, official HOA letterhead, contact info. Paranoia turned to clarity. That night, I called Vanessa Wu, civil litigator. HOA cases, cold as steel, sharp as razors. I sent her everything, video, flyers, police report. She called back within hours. "You're being harassed. Full-scale campaign. Possibly criminal conspiracy." Then she asked, "You ready to go scorched earth?" I stared at the scorch mark still burned into my kitchen wall. Someone had lasered "Get out, perv" into the plaster. I said, "Light the match." Vanessa moved fast. "Cease and desist letter to Bethany. Legal demand for all HOA communications mentioning me." They fired back with a Facebook post claiming I was a danger to the community. Then, we got an anonymous video, my backyard, filmed from a completely different angle. Not mine, not hers. The framing was off, zoom jittery, like it was filmed through binoculars, creepy, violating. We traced the IP. Her home Wi-Fi. Search warrant was signed that Friday. Police raided Bethany's house, found 3 external drives labeled in masking tape, Branton logs, backyard angles, visitors folder. Every movement I'd made for the past 6 months, timed, cataloged. Some photos zoomed in on delivery boxes to read the labels. The worst folder? Altered footage. Videos edited to make me look unhinged. Peeking through blinds. Pacing, holding tools at night. One was even sent to the neighborhood group chat. Labeled, "Possible Prowler." We built a war chest. Vanessa made sure I could attend the emergency HOA meeting. They weren't expecting it. I walked in with the mic and said nothing. Just pressed play. Raw footage. Tree, fall, screams, her computer folders, metadata. A pause, and then chaos. One man shouted, "She did this to my nephew!" A woman said, "She showed us fake drone photos." It all unraveled. Turns out, Bethany had ruled through fear. Harassed an autistic boy for aggressive hand gestures. Fined a contractor for parking legally. The vote came quick, 92% to dissolve the HOA board. But I wasn't done. Courtroom 3B smelled like dust and war. The judge didn't blink unless it was for drama. Bethany looked like a cracked statue. Gray suit, pearl earrings, that stiff little helmet of hair. Her lawyers fumbled. One even argued she was acting as a public servant. Someone in the gallery laughed. The cops testified, admitted they never reviewed footage before arresting me. Vanessa tore through them like paper. Then came the digital evidence. Every file, every log, every shred of metadata. The final blow? An audio clip of Bethany saying, "If he won't join the HOA, we'll make him regret it." Bethany took the stand, denied everything, blamed the safety committee, claimed the files were planted. Vanessa leaned in. "So you routinely log Amazon packages from strangers? Just the ones who won't bow to your rules?" Bethany snapped. "He was dangerous," Vanessa whispered. "To your throne, maybe." The verdict came back. Guilty. On all counts. 2 years. No parole. $75,000 fine. $60,000 damages to me. HOA dissolved. Every board member banned from governance for a decade. When they cuffed her, she finally looked at me. Not sorry. Just stunned. 6 months later, the fence line is quiet again. My porch swing creaks. My dog's tail thumps in the gravel. And my channel, Quiet Perimeter, just crossed 80,000 subs. People send me stories. One kid sent a photo of his dad with a thank you sign. I keep it on the fridge. Bethany got released early. Probation. I saw her on the news. I didn't react. I didn't have to. The new plaque on my front gate says it all. Not under watch, under guard. So, who was really in the wrong here?